Now we are going to discuss about generations of computer. There are 5 generations of computers. Generations of computers. Today we are going to see about various generations of computers. The computers made till 1956 were known as first generation. The first generation computers used vacuum tubes as the main electronic component. We are going to see what is a vacuum tube. These are vacuum tubes. They were big in size and they consumed more electricity. They were huge in size and heavy in weight. They emitted large amount of heat because of the use of thousands of vacuum tubes. They consumed more power and were very expensive. These type of computers were the fastest calculating devices of their times. അതായത് അന്ന് അവൈലബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളതിൽ വെച്ച് ഏറ്റവും ഫാസ്റ്റസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ് ആയിരുന്നു ഇതുപോലുള്ള വാക്വം ട്യൂബ്സ് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരുന്ന ഫസ്റ്റ് ജനറേഷൻ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഴ്സ്. The first generation computers used vacuum tubes. They were huge in size and they were heavy in weight. Okay? These are vacuum tubes. The vacuum tubes emitted large amount of heat. Because of the use of thousands of vacuum tubes, the first generation computers were very big in size and they were very expensive also. The second generation of computers. The second generation was the computers which were built in between 1956 and 1963. What was the major development over there? They used transistors. The second generation computers used transistors which were smaller and faster as well as consumed less power than vacuum tubes. They were smaller, faster and less expensive when compared to the first generation. They generated less amount of heat than the first generation computers. They used punch cards for input and assembly languages which was also machine dependent. That means the language which was being used in one computer could not be used in another computer, or the operating system in one computer was not applicable in the another computer. That means there was no common operating systems. The assembly language was machine dependent. Each and every machine was having its own assembly language or operating system. They required cooling system and constant maintenance and was costly. Look here. The computers of these days used to heat up frequently and they used to crash due to the excessive heat generated. So they need to be cooled down or placed in an air conditioner. Transistors. What you are seeing aside now on the picture are called transistors. Transistors were smaller and faster. They generated lesser amount of heat. They were less expensive than the vacuum tubes. The transistors were less expensive than vacuum tubes. The third generation. That means The computers which were built from 1964 to 1971 with integrated circuits, IC chips, were known as third generation computers. The third generation computers used integrated circuits. They were smaller in size than the computers of earlier generations. The speed and accuracy were better and they generated only less amount of heat compared to vacuum tube computers and transistor computers. And they were less expensive than the computers of the earlier generations. That means the third generation computers were less expensive than second generation computers and first generation computers. Highly sophisticated technology was required for the manufacturing of IC chips. The IC chips could be manufactured only by very advanced technology. They used higher level languages which was easier to understand and machine independent. That means even now the computers were having common language. That means the OS or the operating system or the languages which was used in one computer could be used in another computer also. They required air conditioning. This type of computers also need air conditioning. These are photographs of integrated circuits. The fourth generation computer, the computers which were being manufactured between 1971 to the present day is known as fourth generation. The microprocessors are used in the present day computer, and to create microprocessors, we use very large scale integration technology. This technology enables to create thousands of transistors to be integrated into a single chip, which has revolutionized the history of computers. That means one among the biggest companies in the world, the Intel, was the company which manufactured high quality, sophisticated, very large scale integration technology microprocessors. They are smaller, cheaper, have very large memory and works at very high speed and are more accurate and reliable than the computers of the earlier generations. They do not require cooling. That means these type of computers could be placed even in day temperatures. We are going to see the microprocessors manufactured by Intel company. These are the latest Core i9 Ultimate microprocessors. Look, the generations of Intel Core are 8th generation and 9th generation processors. Intel was the company who manufactured processors. The 5th generation. Now we are living with artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a branch of the computer science concerned with making computers or robots that can behave like humans. The robots or the computers will be able to work or behave just like humans. The 5th generation computers are based on artificial intelligence, and they work at very high speed and perform millions of calculations in a few seconds. They can perform completely different types of tasks with the same ease, and this is known as multitasking. While we were discussing about operating system, we have studied about multitasking, and multitasking is the ability of the processor to do multiple tasks at the same time. The artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science concerned with making computers or robots that can behave like human beings. Look at the picture. The artificial intelligence technology which is embedded in the computers or robots are able to think and solve the problems on the board. Machine learning technology studied by humans are being analyzed by technologists or with the help of artificial intelligence. The manner in which artificial intelligence is influencing mobile applications or mobile apps to serve and identify various things from the various areas of the world. This is where the technology meets human beings. In the fifth generation computers, the robotics computers are widely used for a variety of tasks like space exploration, building cars, in making complicated surgeries and weaponry. You could move to the YouTube and see how robots are building cars in a BMW factory, or how the robots are helping doctors in doing surgery, or how space exploration is being completed with the help of robots. I will show you few pictures. These type of computers are free from tiredness, lack of concentration and boredom. They give accurate results and never make mistakes until the people using them give wrong instructions. This is how the robots are being exploring the space. The satellites could guide the robots which are being landed on various planets or satellites. Thank you for watching, and you are welcome to see the videos in the YouTube about space exploration, robots helping car building, and robots helping humans in surgery and weaponry.